have we been able to change this map and factor in, for lack of a better term, the Kamala Harris factor?
So we are in the process of doing that. We need some more polling, but let me give you a little preview of what I think we're going to show when we see it next week. I think we're going to see the races in Ohio, Michigan, and Wisconsin tighten up simply because Joe Biden is not going to be bringing down the top of the ticket. We're going to see some of these tighten up potentially in Arizona and Nevada, and it's all going to come down to Montana and West Virginia, which are still going to be solidly on the Republican side, just given how Republican-leaning those states are.
All right, Kurt Bardella, why on earth is Jackie Rosen of Nevada skipping the DNC when all we hear is how much enthusiasm and how great Kamala Harris is for Democrats?
Yeah, I hate these decisions. I hate when we have people operate from a position of weakness and not strength. I hate when they try to create the appearance of distance by not going to a convention as if that's going to actually matter or make anyone think you're less supportive of the Democratic nominee for president, who's going to be spending a lot of time, I suspect, in the state of Nevada, putting a lot of money in the state of Nevada. The idea that you can create distance and that the talking point of, well, I didn't go to the convention doesn't tie you to the top of the ticket is such a fallacy, in my opinion. So I'd rather them own it, go there, have a show of strength, make the best of it. Instead, they're doing the Democrat thing, which is to hide and cower.
Does it matter if you go to the convention or not?
It doesn't matter. In fact, it's a pretty good talking point that she's going to a concert. So I actually think...
John Tester, the guy going...
Yeah,
he's going to Pearl Jam. We have what it is. Rock on John, a Missoula fundraiser for John Tester, Pearl Jam's concert at the University of Montana.
Yeah, well, he needs those types of sound bites because he's behind. So is Jackie Rosen in terms of fundraising, things like that. Republicans are coming down strong now. They're both ahead in the polls right now. But I think actually right before we came on today, there was a brand new Senate poll that had she a couple points ahead. So those races are tightening.
It seems like the Nevada race is maybe one of the most interesting, and it would decide perhaps not whether the Republicans have the Senate or not, but whether they have a 1 or 2 vote cushion, whether they can afford a defection.
Exactly, afford a defection, right? If you have 53, 54 as Republicans, you can get a lot of people appointed to the cabinet. If it's close, 51, then you don't get a final say, but you get a say in who's in the cabinet. So those seats are going to be incredibly important.
Yeah, if all of a sudden Republicans have 53, 54, 55 votes in the Senate, then they can really twist Kamala Harris's arm if she's president.
And Supreme Court seats.
Supreme Court seats and all the other federal judges. Sam Brown is running in Nevada. Pretty interesting candidate. Private businessman, and before that, he was an Army officer. Take a listen.
Look at my face. This is the high cost of war. This is absurd. This is unacceptable. Our daughters will not be forced into a draft. You should be ashamed of yourself, Jackie Rosen.
How closely tied, Sam Brown has tied himself totally to Donald Trump. How closely tied is Jackie Rosen to what was the Joe Biden agenda and now the Kamala Harris agenda?
Well, I think the Joe Biden agenda, she was trying to avoid it simply because she needed to have some separation, specifically in the economy. That's why Donald Trump, while Joe Biden was candidate, came in and said no taxes on tips. I think she's trying to figure out where Kamala Harris is going to come down. And we saw Kamala Harris last week say, hey, no taxes on tips. She's taking up that mantle. So I think she's trying to figure it out because she knows it's going to be a closer race than the polls show today.
Yeah, and we can all agree, right, that all of these races for Democrats look an awful lot better than they did a month ago when Joe Biden dropped out. They look a lot better for Democrats. That's something he talked about. Take a listen.
Well, look, the polls we had showed that it was a neck-and-neck race. Would have been down to the wire. But what happened was a number of my Democratic colleagues in the House and Senate thought that I was going to hurt them in the races.
So much of the oxygen is taken up by Donald Trump and Kamala Harris now. Are we missing, Kurt, how important to Democrats trying to keep the Senate close is?
Yeah, I think it's vitally important. Again, for the reasons you already enumerated, judges, appointments, Supreme Court justices, cabinet appointees, confirmations, all of that runs through the Senate. And there is a big difference functionally from having a 3 to 4 seat cushion or having maybe only a 1 seat cushion.
Right, so thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.